Drag queens in schools. I'd like some comments on this, and I'd love somebody to let me know what the connection is, because I'm not sure I know it. Now, I do know every Christmas time in my school we had a play. I remember it once very, very well because I played, I think it was Brer Rabbit, and I played an owl or something. I was only about 7 at the time. A guy who has since died from it used to say it's the funniest thing you ever seen. My line was, I'm stood up there and I go, to-wit to-woo, Brer Rabbit, to-wit to-woo. And the tights I've got on fell down at the same time. Luckily, I had the old underpants on at the time. They didn't have boxers then. Not that it mattered because I don't wear them now. Not that you need to know that. But me tights fell down. I think it's probably the only time I've ever wore tights. Anyway, back to drag queens. They wear them, don't they? Or things of that ilk. Drag queens and... Oh, that's why I was going back to plays. I've lost myself, you see. I'm that it up by it all. We did have things like nativity plays, and you'd see Mary, Jesus, Mary, Joseph. There was always someone played Mary. But it was always one of the girls. It was never one of the lads. Would they call girls then? Or them, or they, or this or that? No, they were called girls. It was a girl, definitely. And a lad had played Jesus. He was a boy. And another boy had played Joseph. He'd be a lot younger than Joseph, obviously, but it was boys. Anyway, drag queens in schools. There was something on somewhere today I seen, and I thought, what's all that about? Now, it's funny. If you've seen me Ron DeSantis one, you'll know where I'm coming from. Because Ron, in America, has said he doesn't want drag queens in schools. And I thought at the time, well, why are they in schools? What are they in schools for? I didn't know drag queens were in schools. I never read it fully. I just read the bullet points, and I did a video on it. I posted on it, whatever it be, a few weeks ago, which I'm proud of, although a lot will shoot me down for. In fact, it's one of the most... Yeah, I think I'm more proud of that video than probably anything else I've put up here, to be honest with you. The old Ron DeSantis one. But anyway, he didn't want drag queens in schools in America. And it seems now we've got them in schools in England. And what they're doing, I believe, is they're coming into schools and they're reading our kiddies, I say kiddies because they're only very young, 5 and 6 year old stories. Why? Well, I don't know. But they are. I don't really get it, but I listen to it intently, because you do, don't you? Well, I do, because I'm into anything that I think strange and weird, and I thought this was strange and weird. It turns out they're coming in, and in a gentle, soft and nice way, some of the things they're reading to our kids are about things that happen, things to do with gender. They told me on the telly, and I thought, oh no, not gender again. Here we go again. And then I knew where Ron was coming from, to be honest with you. Yeah, they're coming in reading stories, but in an effervescent, fun way. But some of the stories, one story they were reading was about 2 men that are married to one another and have a child. Don't know why they need to tell 5 and 6 year olds about it, but they thought they did. One was about 2 lesbian hedgehogs. Oh, kiddies will love that, I think. Hedgehogs. Lesbian ones, yeah. They won't know what lesbians are, but no doubt they'll tell them. And there was, what did he say in here? What was one of them? I mean, the one that's reading about the 2 fellas together with kiddies was Miss Lossymouth. Well, I remember the name Lossymouth. I like Lossymouth because it won me a few quid at the Triumph Hurdle this year at Cheltenham. But the other one, I don't know what the other one was called. The other one, she's got a title. She's a story time drag queen. That's her title. That's her job now, or one of her jobs in the daytime anyway. A story time drag queen. She's the one that reads about the 2 lesbian hedgehogs, amongst some other things. And she's also read these stories in nurseries, not just in schools. So that's what, 3-4 year olds, I think. It reminds me of these people in America. I say people, I don't mean in a nasty way, but these individuals in America, like a Mr. and a Mrs. who are having children, as I said to you before, on a Monday, don't matter whether it's a girl or a boy or whatever it is that they've had, because on a Monday it's a girl and dresses as a girl and plays with girls' toys. On a Monday they dress it as a boy and play with boys' toys. Wednesday, girl. Thursday, boy. Friday, girl. Saturday, boy. Jokingly, I said Sunday because it's an odd day. They could call it David Bowie because he was... Did they call it androgynous? Somewhere's a bit of both there. Strange, I just don't get it. They're just not letting kids be kids, and that's what Ron DeSantis is on about. And I'm with you, Ron. Ron, I'm with you. But anyway, they've got these drag queens coming into schools and they're reading to our children. Maybe they think that's good, maybe they think that's right. I don't get it. Why? I just would say why. Why do kiddies of 3, 4, 5 and 6 need to know about drag queens? Why do they need to know about lesbian hedgehogs? Why do they need to know about two blokes living together with kiddies? I just ask why. What's happening to this country that I was brought up in? People will say it's all about being inclusive and letting everyone in and stuff. Look, I keep saying, let kiddies be kids. That's what Ron said about that. That's the line I took from it. Let kids be kids. Let them be kids. Let them realise, as they realise things, as it comes natural, that there's all different preferences and types and conditions, maybe that's the wrong word. There's all different things out there. Just let them have a childhood, please. Anyway, I don't know what's going to happen from this, but, my kids have grown. I've got 2 daughters. There's no way on God's green earth my kid is to be read stories by drag queens, I'll tell you now. And if somebody had told me that I had to do them, they'd have been took out of school when they were reading to them. That would have happened. If they'd have got expelled, it would still have happened. Nobody will tell me what's right for my kids. I tell people because they're my kids. It's up to my daughters now, because my daughters have got young children, whether they want their sons and daughters to be read to by drag queens and what they think they're going to gain from it. If they're happy with it, then fine. If they're not and they're too scared to tell the headmistress, then I'm fine to go in there on their behalf. I've got no problem with that. I just don't get it. I don't. You know what? I thought to myself when I heard this, some 3, 4, 5 and 6 year olds, you hear people older than that, these people that have phobias, the different phobias, and I read a lot of people, I've heard it before, are frightened to death of clowns. I don't get that because I'm not, but I get that we're all frightened by different things. But some of these people that might be frightened by clowns, would they not get frightened by somebody with one of these big wigs on and whatever else, loads and loads of lipstick, because drag queens go over the top with what they wear and whatever else, big everything, fake boobs, overdressed, maybe looking very, do they call it camp, maybe sounding like blokes but in dresses with wigs on. Would that not frighten them maybe? Maybe it would. Has anyone ever thought of that? Would some children think, oh, who's this coming to? Because initially they've only seen men and women, and they've known them as men and women, or mums and dads. They've not seen drag queens at 3, 4, 5, 6 years of age. And maybe some people say they need to, but I personally don't. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I don't. I just cannot believe it. I can't, honestly. And I've got nothing against drag queens. A lot of people go on holiday and watch them. I've got no time for them as well. Don't interest me at all. That said, when I was a kid, when I was younger, I seen one. He didn't do much dressing up. People in the Northwest will remember him. He put a nun's habit on. A chap called, it's just come to me, his name, I'm glad it has. I thought it was brilliant. A chap called Peter Oddy. No doubt he'll be dead now. I'm sure he will. He was old then, and I'm talking 30 odd years ago. He used to play in my hometown, Warrington, in a place called Wigan. And I believe to this day that Carolina Hearn got her big start on the comedy circuit by watching him somewhere. She must have done, because she did exactly the same stuff in a nun's habit when she started off. Before she was Mrs. Merton and all of that, she dressed as a nun. And she did all the same things that he did. I'm sure she got her act from him. He was absolutely brilliant. But he was a comedian. He was gay, I'm sure he was gay, but dressing as a nun and whatever else, and brilliant. So he was fantastic, but I've not been into drag acts ever since. I don't go abroad and watch them, and I can't understand the fascination with them, because loads of grown-ups do watch them, and loads like them. I don't get the joke. Why, I don't know, but we're all wired differently, aren't we? We're definitely all wired differently. That's one of the big problems. But drag queens in schools, it's not for me, ladies and gents. Is it for you? I'd love you to let me know. I'd love you. You probably won't get to the end of this, many of you, but the ones that do, thumbs up for those that are all for drag queens. No, thumbs up for those that aren't for drag queens in our schools with our young children and grandchildren. Thumbs down for the ones that are, because I'm saying I'm right here, even if many of you think I'm not. So thumbs up for those that don't want them there. Thumbs down for those that do. Okay? Thank you very much.